I am engaging a hostile target. I am taking control.
These robots left a lot of scrap behind. They have anything valuable? It's like an enormous geode. Crystalline formations like this are incredibly rare.
Place was abandoned.
I'll never understand. Things. We'll talk again. You've done that before.
Well, what are you waiting for? Finish it. Of course I ain't. What kind of fool would be eager to die? I'm just not stupid enough to deny what's inevitable. How about I make this real? I've got maybe a few weeks to live, and I ain't spending them behind bars. You want to put an end to me here and now? But if you want to let me die on my... I've been abused or abandoned by everyone. I gave up on people, and it wasn't until I came to the 1st Cavalry and met Major Hull that I felt... Well, how about a test? Rangers are known to be handy with a gun. But I've encrypted this slate. Now get out of here.
Honor to have you.
Helga says I spend too much time at my terminal. She's probably right. Hey there, Deputy. Way I hear it, you've been keeping busy jumping from one side of the Freestar Collective to the other. How do you like the job so far? Well, with an attitude like that, I sure wouldn't want to be one of them. So, what brings you by? Well, well, what do we have here? Well, this is new. Very interesting indeed. I'll see what I can do. If you can get me another one of these, it'll give me more context for the encryption and should speed things up. In the meantime, you be careful out there, Deputy. From what I've heard, these mercs mean business. I specialize in cryptography. A lot of smugglers use coded slates, so it comes in handy. A Freestar Ranger's resident term?
You're not going to make us run the Red Mile.
Just the thought of landing at the Red Mile was making me sick. Now that we're here, I'm almost off work.
Your abilities are making me a bit jealous.
Wait a minute. Judging by the wide-eyed and clueless look on your face, I'm guessing you're the new deputy.
I'm sure we could find ways to bolster the profits here.
Oh, you're welcome to try. But I have friends in high places.
Wonderful.
You wouldn't want me to have...
Well, your timing couldn't be worse. I've spent weeks trying to crack this smuggling ring, and I'm about to take a very important meeting.
Look, both of you are here for the same reason. So why don't you drop the tough girl charade and learn to work as a team?
And I'm telling you, I don't have time to babysit rookies. At least you've got a little backbone. I don't have time to catch you up, so you're gonna have to follow my lead. I'm about to meet with a contact who might be able to give me vital information about the smuggling ring. If you play your cards right and don't do anything stupid, she might be able to help you find Marco. If you're ready, my contact is here and waiting. Follow me.
We certainly get a lot of interesting people in this place.
You said you'd be alone.
Yeah, well, things changed. Take a seat.
So you're working with Autumn, huh? Who are you?
What's this I hear about you giving one of my crew a hard time, Reese? Since you quit running, I assumed you were over that whole death
Wait,
thing.
Autumn has friends?
Like hell. The deputy here is interested in meeting Marco to talk about that mercenary company he's been funding. Since part of that money is coming from his smuggling operation, we're working together.
So you're investigating the first? Why?
Oh, and you can drop that whole intimidation thing you're trying. I've been face to face with death more times than you and all your insecure, gun-toting bullies.
Seems like a strange thing for a mercenary company to be doing.
I guess an introduction is in order. Like Marco, Jade here is the head of a small smuggling cartel. Difference is her crew stays out of Freestar Collective space, while Marco's group operates exclusively within it.
Except now he's looking to expand his operation. And he started moving in on my territory.
You'd rather go back to the days when this place was raided and plundered on a regular basis?
Sure, the occasional pirate raid would set us back a bit. Then the pirates would leave and the guests would return. If it were up to me, I'd fire the lot of you right now. Take my chances with the pirates.
Well, it's not up to you.
Now you're talking. Look, the bad news is Marco's incredibly paranoid. He never stays in one place for long. The good news is I know how to find him.
But you're not going to tell us yet because you want something.
I want the same thing you do. I want Marco out of the picture. But like I said, getting a meeting with him can be damn near impossible. One of the few people who can arrange such a meeting is right here at Red Mile.
May Divine. We've suspected for some time that Red Mile was a meeting place for smugglers. If she's in business with Marco, she won't give him up easily.
May's the key to my thinking exactly. I can tell you right now what she's gonna want. She wants runners. It's how she... Of course, people that hard...
Yeah, well, I'm not going out on the mile. That's a death sentence. There has to be another way.
You've been a ranger long enough that too many people know your... Runners attract a lot of attention. If someone recognizes you and tips off... You, on the other hand, are just a deputy.
You don't have to do this. We'll find another way to get to Marco. I hope that's not false bravado. If it's really as simple as asking May Divine for a meeting with Marco, then we'll wait here for you.
Really going to take on the mile, huh?
Nice to see you again.
Thinking of running sometime?
Talk to me.
I'm a little short now, but I want to go back someday.
I keep thinking the next man will live up to the legacy. Won't ever come close.
Please
I doubt
be careful
anything
out there.
scares you.
I hope you're enjoying your visit.
The mile is dangerous. Make sure you're prepared.
Here to bask in my glory.
That is true. But Mr. Graziani values his... What is your business? Call on me if you need anything further. Simply amazing. All are welcome at the Red. That is true. What is your business? Yes. His association with the First is troubling, to say the least. It's been too long since we've had proper entertainment. Are you prepared to run the Red Mile? I give you my word, which is something I never do lightly. Once you've begun, I'll collect bets. I'm afraid not. But I'm sure your confidence will inspire. That's what, mission or not, I can't even imagine why you take. Now that we're clear on what's expected. Good. Something's out there.
Let's press ahead. This is certain to make us both very happy indeed.
Congratulations, runner. You have succeeded where most have failed. In fact, you seem... I'm not easily impressed. As promised, I'll set up your meeting with Marco. I'll dispatch a courier to let him know you're coming. Please take a moment to relax and enjoy our holiday. I'll be with you in a moment. Do enjoy your stay.
Thanks to you, barely able to fulfill my...
Look at that. You've still got all your... You're back. Are you okay?
When this place was raided and plundered on a regular basis.
And here I was feeling like a nervous wreck the whole time. Guess I had nothing to worry about. Anyway, I'm relieved you made it through okay.
Why? Afraid you'd lose all that work you put into your smuggling investigation?
I wouldn't expect you to understand. All you see in people is what you can get from them. I'm glad, because that was an incredibly brave thing you did. And we need rangers with that kind of courage. Also, I owe you an apology. I was pretty awful to you at first. I'm sorry about that.
Get the hell out of my face, you pretentious wanker.
You're right. Let's focus on the job. Once you're on your way, I'll return to the Rock and let the Marshal know what's going on. Come home safe, Deputy. That's an order.
You always were the soft one, little sister.
Oh, go to hell. Or at least make yourself useful and get us some drinks.
You must be tougher than you look.
It's not every day you meet someone known throughout the civil system.
people we'll be talking about. Don't see a lot of people survive the mile.
I had a feeling about you.
Time for me to keep my promise, runner? You can find Marco on Kodos aboard his ship. I'd advise you not to keep him waiting. He is not exactly patient. Only that someone wanted a meeting. Don't expect to catch him unprepared. He keeps a sizable... Then it's in all our interests that you travel safely, runner. Should you ever crave the challenge?
This world has all the essential building blocks to support life.
Who even wants to listen to this crap?
You know what, on second thought, I don't want to know.
Piano. Really puts the soul at ease.
Welcome. May's message didn't exactly make it clear why you wanted to meet with me. If you're looking for work, my organization is always... Ah, I see. You did well to find me. Though I suppose, given the nature of the contract, a degree of exposure was always a risk, but a calculated one. To be honest, I think the Major is all but spoiling for a confrontation with the Rangers. Still, I confess, I'm a little disappointed that the Marshal sent a deputy instead of a full-fledged ranger.
I'm willing to bet this deputy can handle whatever you intend to throw in our path.
And who might you be?
Sarah. Sarah Morgan.
It's a pleasure to welcome you aboard, Sarah. It's clear you are a woman of refinement as well as beauty.
How about we skip the compliments and move things along, shall we?
Your deputy friend here could have a bright future, assuming we all keep our heads. That's right. Major Hull spent 20 years in lockup nursing a grudge against the Free Star Collective. We all did. A lot of good men and women died for nothing because of those cowards you work for. You've chosen your side, and I've chosen mine. To settle accounts, Major Hull served with distinction during the Colony War. But the leaders of the Free Star Collective, they turned on him. In his eyes, the Rangers are enforcers for a corrupt Council of Governors. That makes you his enemy. As for me, I didn't see any profit in nursing that grudge. I'm not sure you are grasping the situation here, Deputy. You are on my ship, outnumbered by my guards, who will kill you without hesitation. I'm a businessman. If you expect me to cooperate, I won't tell you everything. However, I can point you in the right direction. I have a better idea. Instead, the Council of Governors is a group of greedy and corrupt liars who are using you and... Do you really think they give a... Whatever road brought you here, your journey ends today.
Notch another one for me!
Don't need any of that punch.
You messed with the wrong person.
Through.
How goes the hunt for the first? Hey, sometimes doing things right means taking the necessary time, you know? If you ask me, I don't think they stand a chance. You're like an Ashta creeping silently through the high grass, waiting for your chance to pounce, and then boom! Down they'll go. So, did you get any more of those encrypted slates? Because, let me tell you, I am so close. Oh, come to daddy, you sweet little piece of technology. You go stalk your prey and leave the rest to me, Deputy.
Come in, Deputy. Take a seat.
Sit down.
While you've been in the field, we've had more reports about farmers being threatened and attacked. Unfortunately, some didn't survive. Yeah, well, you might have to. How's your investigation proceeding? That's assuming he finds something useful. Otherwise, you'll be no better off than when you started.
It must be very easy for you to sit back and criticize when we've been doing all of the field work.
I've done my part. Besides, this is Ranger business, so why don't you keep your mouth shut?
Let's move on. I asked the other Rangers to share their opinions of you, and there are some things I want to go over. We'll start with Ranger Callow in Hopetown. She was grateful for your timely arrival, and impressed you had the guts to take on those pirates. Nia says you were respectful with Ron Hope and didn't push too hard. That shows me you were listening when I said to go easy on him. I can understand that. He can be uncompromising, but he looks after his people.
Let's continue. We've got a detailed report from Ranger Price about your recent visit to Neon. He said you took on a syndicate loan shark to help an informant. And you were right to do so. Helping people is our most important duty, even when you're conducting an investigation.
You got results, and that's what matters most. Price was impressed by that. Said you really took the initiative.
Ranger McMillan praised what she called your uncommon bravery and dedication. She said you took on the Red Mile so you could get a meeting with Marco Graziani. Sounds like you're starting to understand what it means to be a Freestar Ranger.
So what happened with Marco? I doubt he gave you that slate out of the kindness of his heart. I suppose underestimating you was his last mistake. Damn. I thought if anyone could see reason, it'd be Marco. What about Maya Cruz? Her loyalty to Hull and the 1st Cavalry was stronger than most. I suppose so.
Excuse me, Marshal?
Not now, Alex. We're in a meeting here.
I know, but this is important. I've done it. I've cracked the encryption on the slates. Now, I don't know exactly where the First are headquartered, but there are references to a place called the Factory.
The Factory? That was our nickname for the main facility where the mechs were manufactured.
Under the terms of the peace treaty, they shut all the mech factories down right after the war.
But they didn't destroy them. At least not all of them. The facility was on Arcturus 2. It could be a dead end, but if it's not, then you'd better be ready for a fight.
If the Marshal's right, you could encounter serious resistance. Be prepared.
section left it in quite a state.
Marshal Blake must be getting desperate sending a lone deputy out here. But I'll give credit where it's due. You're a hell of a pilot. If you came here seeking justice, it's waiting for you inside.
Take him down.
I'm a man of action. I've got no use for lies. So when I tell you that you're being manipulated, you know I'm telling the truth. You think the Council of Governors really cares about anything but themselves? They're greedy and corrupt. Lords rule in the hands of the unworthy, just like I once was. I was loyal. I followed orders, and I led good men and women to their deaths. I'll carry the stain of that dishonor to my grave. I can't believe it. You just took on some of the best mercenaries in the Freestar Collective and cut right through them. If we'd have had more like you in the war, we could have planted our flag in New Atlantis. Not the way it should have. Of course, I can't expect you to understand what we sacrificed. You don't know what it's like to look around and see the faces of warriors who trusted you to lead them as they die screaming. I saw mech pilots cooked alive in their cockpits, as those deaths didn't have to be meaningless. But
We've both seen our share of hell. It's whether or not...
You have no right to judge me! You really want to know? Because you might not like the answer. Last chance, Deputy. You can walk away right now, Remy. But if you still want the truth... we'll see about that. Not long after I started the First, I was contacted by a man who said he represented someone wealthy and influential. I refused to work for a shadow client, so we agreed to set up a meeting. Imagine my surprise when Ron Hope showed up. He offered me a lucrative contract to take possession of certain farms throughout Freestar space.
That's quite an accusation.
All I know is that after we cleared the place out, Hope was sending in some kind of machinery. Our job was to make sure nobody saw the operation. To keep the Rangers off the scent, Hope wanted to hit a lot of places quickly and finish whatever he was... We needed another ship to meet his timetable. So he gave us the intel necessary to steal one from his... It also let him play the victim and keep suspicion. Sure I did. The money was good. But if I could avenge my men, make some credits, and eventually expose a member of the council, that... You think I've lost? Is that it? You go find Ron Hope. Then you can deal out whatever just... You do your job, and I get one last piece of...
If what he says is true, then there's no question Ron Hope has to answer for what he's done.
Don't bother.
We're trying to take you in quietly. Violence is not the answer, Major.
I'm gonna make this easy for you, Deputy. I'm gonna die the way I lived. Weapon in hand. But first, here, take this. Use it to cut out the weakness rotting at the heart of the Freestar Collective. When the next war comes, and it will come, the Collective needs to be strong. Now my unit's waiting for me, and I'm... Goodbye, Deputy.
We'd be dust.
Well, I won't pretend it was easy, but everyone pulled together and we got it done.
I'll let you share the good news, whenever and however you like.
Thanks. I appreciate that. Those jackasses on Line A are gonna be the death of me.
Good to see you again. Well, I've just received a report from the Marshal about your progress. He said you had a promising lead on the mercenaries who stole my ship. I trust you're here with good news? And what's that supposed to mean, exactly? Well, that's one hell of an accusation, Deputy. Seems I put my trust in the wrong man. I suppose that changes things. I'm impressed, Deputy. It's clear you have a bright future ahead of you.
What's going on? What is this about, Mr. Hope?
Nothing that concerns you, Birgit. In fact, why don't you make yourself scarce?
I think I'd like to hear what the deputy has to say.
Of course. Of course. Allow me to explain, and you'll see that I certainly did. The truth is, we've been falling behind the competition. Significantly so. We needed solutions. A few years ago, I began to diversify. We started to research chemicals, fuel, those sort of things. We developed an experimental fertilizer. Oh, and it failed utterly. It wiped out entire crops. I was prepared to write the whole thing off when we made a discovery that changed everything. Turns out, our fertilizer was transforming the soil, bolstering its mineral content tenfold. Mining is expensive, and so is the cost of raw materials. My mineral enriching fertilizer solves several problems at once. The farmers provide free manual labor. And once the land is ready, we move in to extract and process the soil.
So those farmers poisoned themselves, and you ended up reaping profits. How can you even live with yourself?
It's nothing personal. It's just good business. I don't expect you to understand. I never intended for anyone to be hurt. I told Hull to buy the land, not take it by force. Unfortunately, farmers can be stubborn folk. And I couldn't risk any witnesses.
I can't believe what I'm hearing. How could you do something so awful to innocent people, to families?
Not another word out of you, Birgit! I can take your job. And more. We'll discuss this later. In any case, I suppose the gig is up. I give you my word that I'll call off the operation and return the land to its rightful owners. You're right, of course. Something must be done. I'll set up a fund to... We'll do... Like I said, I give you my word. Besides, with that resolved, as a member of the Council of Governors, and of course, we'll both agree to forget about my little... Well, let's not be too hasty, Deputy. There's something else you need to consider. I'll do what's necessary to protect my company and my employees. If you tell anyone about this, you're risking their livelihoods. Do you really want to put a... But on a much larger scale. Well, I'm afraid there's no avoiding it. The past can't be changed. You put me away, and this company will. I'll make I won't let you jeopardize. If that means you suffer an unfortunate incident at the hands... I'm important. You're nothing.
You're not actually threatening to attack a Freestar Ranger, are you?
You're a despicable man, Hope. And I hope you get exactly what you deserve.
Such a shame to see a promising career cut so tragically short.
Oh, you're going to the
Score another point for our side.
If you're searching them, make it quick. He tried to have you killed. I don't understand. Mr. Hope always seemed like such a good person. But everything he said about the farmers and... it was so awful. The first part is true. He always looked out for us. I know what I just heard and saw, but he was a friend. No. He was more like a father. And now he's... Nobody should ever want them, especially when it means killing someone. What happened? That would be Elana. Elana Nwankwo. She seems pretty capable. I guess we'll have to figure things out.
There might be some difficult days ahead, but I wish you good luck.
Make your questions snappy. This ain't no highfalutin New Atlanta. This is Polvo. We work. If you think this is tough, you... Every rivet, every piece... If you've got a Hope Tech... Sure, it was a pleasure and all that bullshit.
Hey, Deputy.
You're back. Good to see you back safe, Deputy. What's the word on the mech factory? Were the mercenaries hiding out there? Damn, you've got guts of steel. Did you find out why the first was taking over farms? What? Ron Hope? That's one hell of an accusation, Deputy.
Are you really that surprised? Hope's always had a reputation as a man who'd do anything to succeed.
He's on the damn council, Emma.
So he can make laws favorable to his business interests. Sure, he's known to look after his people, but do you really think he gives a damn about some farmers on Montara Luna?
Did Hope explain his motives at all? That has a familiar ring to it.
I recall hearing about some Hope Tech initiative to help farmers. At the time, I just figured it was a PR stunt. Seems a little more sinister now.
Please, tell me you've got some evidence to back up these extraordinary claims. All right, let's see what you've got. Interesting. Yeah, this is pretty damning. Especially this last bit about destroying the slate. And you confronted Hope about this? You almost sound pleased with yourself. Well, you shouldn't be. This is going to send shockwaves throughout the Freestar Collective. If the people can't trust their leaders, anarchy could follow.
Have a little faith, Daniel. We're not the United Colonies. One bad apple won't spoil the whole damn barrel.
Easy for you to say. You ain't the Marshal.
Not yet, but you ain't gonna live forever, old man.
While we've got you here, there's one last piece of business to take care of. Emma, would you please?
With pleasure, Marshal. When you first joined us, I told you that you'd undergo an evaluation process. There's one thing left to do. A simple question. Do you feel ready to wear the badge of a full-fledged Freestar Ranger? In that case, I won't hold you back any longer. Marshal, I approve the deputy for advancement to the rank of Ranger.
Thank you, Ranger Wilcox. In your time serving as a deputy, you've shown exceptional courage, fearless tenacity, and a high regard for the safety of our citizens. By the authority granted to me by the Council of Governors, I hereby promote you to the rank of Ranger. Here's your badge. Wear it with pride. But don't forget the solemn responsibility it represents.
Thanks to my own personal biases against the Freestar Collective, I was skeptical when you originally accepted the appointment. But seeing you in this moment, I have to admit that I am bloody proud of you. Well done.
I know you will, Ranger. Let's hear it for our new Ranger.
Woo! Way to go!
Great job, Ranger!
Hey, kiddo. Staying out of trouble? I hear you've been real busy keeping an eye on strangers.
Something you need from me?
The thing is, spying on people
full
isn't
Ranger
very
rank,
polite.
huh? Good for you.
If there's something you can do to help,